All right, so let's set the scene. We're in this remote, isolated laboratory. A creator is right on the edge of making what could be his second, and maybe even worse, monstrous mistake. His hands might be still, but his mind is just on fire, caught in one of the most chilling moral questions in all of literature. Just picture it. It's twilight. You're in some desolate corner of the world. The work is almost done, but he stopped. And let's be clear, this isn't him taking a coffee break. This is a pause that is just thick with this awful, creeping dread. Something is terribly wrong. So you have to ask yourself, why is he frozen? What's going on in his head? To get that, we've got to look back. This is our first section, a creator's bitter remorse. We need to understand exactly what's haunting him in this moonlit room. See, the key here is that he's not just tired or taking a moment. He is completely paralyzed. He's trapped by the memory of what he made before. Every single tool in his lab, every half-finished piece on the table in front of him has become this terrible reminder of a past that is now his personal walking hell. And the timing here is just so important. It's been 3 long years since he created his first fiend. 3 years of living with the consequences of that godlike ambition. And now he's about to do it all over again. The stakes just could not be any higher. And this quote, man, it just gets right to the core of his paralysis. Desolated my heart. Bitterest remorse. This isn't just, feeling bad about something. This is a permanent, soul-crushing wound. He knows firsthand the kind of horror he's capable of putting out into the world. So if it was so bad, why would he ever consider doing this again? Well, that's what brings us to section 2, the daemon's desperate bargain. See, he's not really in this lab by choice. He's been backed into a corner, forced into a promise. So here's the deal they struck, this really fragile compact. The daemon swears he'll vanish, leave humanity alone forever. And in return, the creator has to make him a companion, someone to end his soul-crushing loneliness. On the surface, it seems kind of straightforward, right? But this entire deal is built on a foundation of pure terror and a very, very faint hope for peace. But it's right here, in the quiet of this laboratory, that the whole deal just starts to fracture in his mind. This is the real turning point. Section 3, a cascade of what-ifs. And the first crack in his resolve starts with a thought that is just bone-chilling. He already knows the evil his first creature is capable of, an evil that was born from loneliness and rejection. But this new one, what if she's not some gentle companion? What if she's an active partner in his malevolence, or even worse? And then, this devastatingly simple, logical thought hits him. This new being, she hasn't agreed to a single thing. She's going to be a free-thinking person who could look at this whole deal, a deal made before she even existed, and just say no. What happens then? And what if giving him a companion actually makes things worse? I mean, his first creature hates how he looks. What if seeing that reflected back at him in another person just fills him more self-loathing? Or what if she rejects him? His creature's loneliness wouldn't be fixed, it would be supercharged, sharpened into a brand new, more powerful kind of rage. And then this. This is the final terrifying domino to fall. What if the plan works too well? What if they actually connect, and that connection leads to children? He wouldn't just be making a companion anymore. He would be spawning an entirely new species. A race of devils, unleashed on humanity for all time. So you see the mental spiral he's trapped in. It's not just one fear, it's an absolute avalanche. She could be more evil, she could refuse the deal, they could hate each other. And the worst of all, they could procreate. His personal promise, a promise made out of fear and guilt, has suddenly morphed into a potential global catastrophe. You can just imagine it, right? His heart is pounding. His mind is just racing with these abstract horrors. And just as the full, crushing weight of his promise lands on him, we get to section 4, the face at the window. He's reached the tipping point. He finally sees the sheer wickedness of what he is about to do. And in that one single moment of awful clarity, he looks up from his work, and he's there, the daemon, watching him through the window. And he's not pleading, he's not threatening. He's got this ghastly grin, a look of triumphant expectation. It's horrifying. He's followed his creator across the world, and his silent presence right there makes every single one of those abstract fears horribly, terribly real. That grin, that's the catalyst. It is the final push he needed. All the debate, all the hesitation, it just vanishes in an instant of pure disgust and terror. Section 5, a promise destroyed. And what happens next is just fast. It's brutal. It unfolds in 4 quick, terrible beats. First, the sight. The creature is watching his only hope for happiness take shape. Second, the act. The creator, in a fit of revulsion, tears the unfinished female to pieces right in front of him. Third, the sound. A howl not of sadness but of pure rage. And finally, the retreat. The daemon is gone, his hope turned to ash. And this one phrase, it just says it all. The deal is off, hope is dead, all that's left now is devilish despair and revenge. The creator hasn't solved a problem here, he has just declared all-out war. And his action is just as final. He locks the door, and right then and there he makes a solemn vow to himself. Never again. He will never play God again. He is done with creation forever. The line has been drawn in the sand. And so, this is what we're left with. This is the central question that he used to justify this horrific act. Had I a right, for my own benefit, to inflict this curse upon everlasting generations? He chose to protect the future of humanity over easing the suffering of the being he himself brought into this world. But in doing that, he condemned them both to a future of unending vengeance. You gotta wonder, was it the right choice?